Virtus.pro picking up a great deal of momentum. Liquid still staying relevant, not quite seeing those highs that we saw, but I mean, that final game they brought out was pretty impressive too.
Well, no, but again, we did see Liquid heat up towards Erangel yesterday as well, so eyes towards the last 3 games for that. But just on the back side, I did want to touch a little thing on FaZe, and earlier we were kind of talking about this kind of, you know, capitalizing on bad circles, right? You know, in PUBG, we always say, you know, you should always win the games you're set up to win, right? Good drop, good circle one pop, you know, good plane, loads of times to loot, and you get it first dibs on a compound, right?
But just a brief summary would be good. Actually, hold on, we can come back to that. See, depends what VAR does here. PO has committed to this. I wonder if the rest of Gen.G do. And Onyx, yeah, he's hovering around. Wookiee's kind of joined Vard, and you don't really want to be living side by side here. So again, we can kind of continue that topic in a moment's time once this is resolved one way or another. This nade could be wonderful. Right through the window, Wookiee and Vard. Yeah, gorgeous nade from PO. There's no recovery from that. Now Vard's a little baffled. Oh, that could be a flush right there. Yeah, goodbye. See you later, Wookiee. No fun to be had this time. Gen.G one in, and the damage is coming from FURIA.
Yeah, Vard getting tagged up, and now the reinforcements from Gen.G coming through. I mean, this is exactly the scenario I was talking about. Just an early move. We did actually see Oath just get absolutely torn apart by Infantry in the kill feed, but on board right now with Vard trying to stay alive. Necro sending shots down this way. I guess trying to help Vard, if anything. Gen.G are now reinforced into the ground floor of this flat top. And this is literally exactly the scenario I was talking about. 2 players isolated, still looting or trying to hold on to this as kind of a foothold inside the circle for the rest of the team to come through. Necro
that nade might be good.
Oh my god, Vard actually got 2 knocks with that.
On a pre-established team, they maybe had a better read than expected, keeping good track on it forever. Speaking of good track, keeps a nice little lock in towards Kill Demo, who sadly his car is somewhat...
Pick up a few rotation kills, and this is...
A bridge camp on this circle?
Yes, 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 yes.
Animals. Absolute animals. Oath must be livid.
I'm pretty sure I always trust Avengers math. 65 to 70% of total points are going to become from kills. So we're going to see a massive switch up for some of these teams that don't like to play.
Let's see if Iroh can maybe get a little bit of form going as well, because when Iroh comes online, he is a nasty little player. Uber, he's been plucked out of the vehicle on the move. FaZe trying to get themselves kind of just above that little island, it looks like, as said, on the river. And already Gen.G keeping track of that. Iroh in a bad spot here. He's got a lot of players around him. Now, Sonics have to be careful on their way up. Na'Vi getting a couple of kills here and there as well.
And Iroh has kind of been left to fend off Sonics to himself here. Actually, as I say that, Miraku's going to find 2 on the ground. 4 Mime and Strimzy will fall. Maybe a little bit overzealous on the side of Sonics here, because Tiggleton's now trying to come up and reinforce, but Miraku will get the first pass through. This could be terrible here. H-Win finally going to trade that one out, so it is just Iroh left standing. He's down to 16 HP. That molly through the window. Is gonna catch him. It did catch him. It's going to tick a couple of times more, but Iroh should be able to reset and med once again.
Yeah, but look at this. Now VP are turning up. Now this is where it gets interesting, because Tiggleton is going to be put to task of trying to handle this. He's got players behind him. Shots coming through, sure. Batulins is tagged up. So Batulins has to be a little bit more cautious now, depend a little heavier on the other boys. But you can see the state of the 2 teams in this compound. Not comfy. No one is happy with this. Tiggleton is prone to kind of staying alive by a defilade and that little ridge that rolls around. H-Win has still got Iroh to clear out of here, who's been an absolute nuisance. And there we go. Iroh has found H-Win. So this looks like this could be a real issue for Sonics overall. I think recovery might be out of the question at this point. And just because you're being so nice at home, a couple of code, a couple of little bits and pieces for you guys there to grab hold of as the code is in game for you.
But just a second, though, Tiggleton actually flushed out mine with that nade, so I don't know if that information was relayed accurately of Iroh's whereabouts, because the res was still a possibility if Tiggleton was able to deal with Iroh. VP now beating down the door. They have numbers on this fight, and they're looking to try and capitalize and pick up this, well, what's left of it, I guess, the kill points.
Yeah, there isn't much to sweep up, to be fair. It's 2 players, and they're hoping to do it with grenades, and Iroh's trying to just get out. Maybe actually can make it into Watertown, and another shift towards the east. Okay, west to east. we've had a back and forth sort of scenario. Now, Gen.G are probably super happy considering the compound they fought for early. Bear in mind, there was another team in there and they fought for that to take it. And you can see as to why 4 AM rotated early. They got in the vehicles as soon as they could to get to their position. So some of those early investments into positioning and fights are going to pay dividends in the circle.
And the one important thing to note will be the water factor here, but we'll have to wait and see, because this fight actually, once it concludes, I don't think there's anybody else on the south side of this circle. Tiggleton down to a lick of HP. He's got to try and get something done here, maybe a consolation kill point or two, but I don't think he spotted the one player on the roof. He did finally get a glimpse there, but just a matter of time. 25 HP, he's only got bandages, he's only running 60-odd% boost, so the clock is ticking for him. He's still got Iroh to worry about as well. Iroh repositioning towards the two-story balk now is another thing for Tiggleton to worry about.
And keep in mind, you know, Sonics were on the come up, right? They were looking to maybe get in towards that top 3, top 2, and they're getting pushed down by the current #1 team at the present. You know, obviously they did suffer as well towards Iroh, who's going to give away his position, but he's taken down Sonics for it. Also, he's, I don't want to say safe, but he's in. So good work from Iroh in the end. You are seeing a bit of a push through coming in. K7 on the receiving end of a lot of this. The cover they pulled up to is far from ideal, considering the amount of teams up here in the north. A lot of eyes can turn around to this. That's 14th place for them.
Again, information-wise, I'm not sure if they were able to really pinpoint his location when Lou was trying to back players down to hold. The Blues probably going to decide this fight. But actually, Pio's going to get a knock on the Halo here. No real smoke cover coming out for the SDK boys initially. Smoke's
FaZe are going to move on that.
What's his pushing?
Oh, absolutely. You see Enoki going to get on that. Nice work from Fuzzface on one. He needs Gustav to get there, but it's a little late in the day to at least get it cleanly. And Gustav, yes, he'll work his way forward. But now this is absolutely treacherous. Once you leave that little ditch and divot, Gen.G making it a little easier for FaZe to survive. But that cross is still in the open. You can see Pio's maybe scratching his head a little. In towards the north, we have seen Mexi now getting knocked and flushed. So I think it's just Clib alive up there. Gustav does get off the heel, waits for the smoke to plume and just holds his breath and tries to make it over. He had 4, so they've got to make this a clean one. Keep in mind, Furia could do some damage to them down the line, but let's see if they get any shots coming through their way. They have to clear past 2 players. Janku's one of them. Looking for the first. Yeah, Lou. Easy work for him using this kind of ridgeline perfectly. Even sprays it and gets good connection towards Gems. And our last one alive, cleared through. Nice work from 4 AM.
Able to flex out. Esther's position is disgusting, by the way. If Infantry do decide to push onto that, he's in a really, really nasty spot. Infantry actually going to open up Loki. The double nade will flush him out.
Huge nade.
Is that going to be the green light, though? I'm not sure if Infantry are just looking to weaken Gen.G to maximize their chances in the late game here, but you can see they're prioritizing kind of that central. Furia will fall. Infantry are prioritizing that central position. You can see Longsker making the move after that kill comes through.
Gen.G could potentially jump up, even in their current position. 7 kills this game. They won these flushes, they won these points, but right now they're on the receiving end of everything being thrown down by Infantry. That he'll put shots towards it, and it's time to try and run, trying to time it just right. And Gen.G on the move as well. They're all going to try and make the shuffle up while this happens. Yes, okay, Infantry do make it mostly towards at least the east for now, but 4AM still have so much terrain to play with. This is going to be a literal uphill battle for Infantry if they decide to try and work up this. 4AM will control that central point. So Infantry just trying to maybe get a fight that's not even favorable, but maybe just slightly possible.
No, Infantry still just biding their time, waiting for Gen.G to fall. Make sure they can guarantee that second place. Pio and Esther, though, don't write them off just yet. They have good angles towards Infantry. 4 AM just maintaining formation here. Look at how stacked up Infantry are. One nade would be absolutely insane onto that position. You see the utility getting traded out back and forth now. A little bit of damage going on to Crazy, but keep your eyes on Esther. Actually, Pio going to fall first. It looked like Esther was the one going to try and open up for Gen.G. Look at it. Infantry are so close to the blue.
There's no way they can get through this. The Blue's going to force them forward. They are dead in the water. One nade comes out. It's... Oh my god!
Oh